Let's hope for a close one tonight. Super Saturday on Fox League from Bathurst. And nice range on the kickoff. And Frizzell it is with the first run back. The 19 away from the line. Crossland short side. Sharp right up in the line. Speed off the mark and now strength. Gets him to the in goal. They've got it down. Fletcher Sharp right at the finish.
And somehow it looks like that he's got the ball on the grass here on the turf. Should have been stopped there. But a great effort from Sharp.
Crossland right on the goal line. This is high pressure from Newcastle. This time Lucas goes over. Ball came loose. But he's got up like he's got the winning lotto ticket.
He tackles him low before the line. Just skips out of the tackle, keeps his arm up. Newcastle in for number 2.
Crossland fired across to Gamble to Lucas again. Lucas has got to get there. This is powerful. This is a show of physicality from the Knights.
Yep, so you've got a grip, you lift him up, and then you put pressure down. It's on report and it's in the bin.
That's it, yeah. And that's what we were referring to before. That's the tackle that we're trying to stamp out, where there is any sort of regrip or second motion, if you will. Are they going to need a set restart? No. Last tackle, Gamble, a dig, and they've got another one!
Lucas goes in for number 3.
Try confirmed, put down right on. Henry sprints back from the sin bin. Smith, Schneider, cuts the man out. Alamotti, and the ball absolutely squirts out over the sideline and into the fence. Still on for the Panthers. Somerton has a little crack at them. Is rolled onto his back. Should have been zero tackle there. It's away again. What about the moves? Fletcher Sharp away to Connor. Tracked down from behind by Jenkins. Fletcher Sharp, you are a superstar. Ball there with Gamble. Then for Gagai. Gagai's pass is a bludger. This is Kenny, right side, Schneider, shot ball, good! And Penrith are on the board, and Harrison Hassett, only a few minutes into his first grade career, with his 3rd touch of the ball, has scored for Penrith. What a moment for the kid. As Tulungi tunnel onto McLean and got through. Here they come, the Panthers. McLean on the run. 20 away from the Knights line. Into the final quarter of the game we go. Tungo with it, straightens, power, gets over the line and is pushed back into the final 17. All the defence came out quickly, and the man of the moment, Sharp. Fletcher Sharp is held up in goal. That is an effort from Jenkins to stop Sharp from scoring. Last play Knights from the right side. Kept alive, Gagai, nice move. Back for Brayley, flicked on by Crossland. Play on for Jones. Brodie Jones is short. 5.5 minutes to go. Brayley, they're going to go one-pointer, would you believe? And Congo just as easy as you like from in front. Puts it over for 25-6. Slow play the ball. Brayley, Croker, short, Cants, twists and comes up short. Almost his first try in the NRL.
And he's been held up 3 times.
Brayley goes for a dummy half Burrow.
Make it 4.
There you go.
Held up.
Go back to the 10. The Knights, just their 4th win of 2025 and end a streak of 10 matches in a row where they hadn't beaten the Panthers. Penrith are bottom of the NRL ladder. Full time in Bathurst, Newcastle 25, the Penrith Panthers 6.
Ivan, obviously not the result you were looking for tonight. What was sort of the message there to the win?
I was just super disappointed with the start. We just overrun at the start of the game. It's in a game like this when there's obviously down on troops. just got to be it's the worst start we could, you could find. So, confidence was down, early, and it became a pretty tough night. But I was obviously much happier with the second half, but it would have been nice to have seen that in the first half.
Did you say that they were overwhelmed in that first when they got a roll night? So you said overwhelmed, or did you feel like they couldn't really grapple back the momentum once they could sort of score those tries? Is that what you said when you started that first bit?
No, the first two tries were like there was a 6 again, and then there was a penalty. So it was a lot of tackles in a row. But like at the start of the game, I feel like we definitely can do better than that. So all of a sudden, you're going to the game down on troops, and then you're down on the scoreboard, down in possession, down on everything. Just makes it a really difficult, game from there. So, but I was, happy with the way they hung in there and fought back and showed a bit of mettle there in the second half, in particular.
Is that what you sort of take out? Because obviously, these next couple of weeks is going to be with this injury, with Origin rather. Is that what you take out, is to focus on that second half to sort of give them the confidence to not get rattled by that first half? And then obviously these young kids, stepping up in these times.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that you got to go through it and learn from the experience. But that's not going to hide the fact that we just weren't good enough at the start of the game, and that's going to put you under the pump in any game. But when you're obviously missing so many of your better players, it just makes it harder. So
Liam Henry could be facing a bit of time maybe with that crusher. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, see what happens.
Bitch, obviously, coach said there, just that start really let you down. Was it just really hard trying to get the momentum back and sort of get any sort of points? The body just felt like it fell away.
Yeah, just a bit of a lack of resilience there in the first half. When we lost momentum, we just made it too difficult to get it back. Just couldn't stop the bleeding, and defence was ordinary. And then times we had the ball, went down their end, and also just those no tries and things just made it really hard for ourselves, and we weren't able to stop the bleeding until half time, when we were probably able to compose ourselves and come out and show a little bit more. But it was too far gone probably by that point.
I know you're probably not looking, you don't look at that, we've asked you this before, but I mean, it's last on the ladder at the moment. It's not a position that you want to see yourselves in, but what is the answer to sort of move forward and to get further up?
Win games. It's not where you want to be. But it's like, what's more important, I think, at the moment is, how far you're away from everyone else, and not just on the ladder, but in terms of playing potential. I think we've already shown this year, and certainly within the squad, that we have the potential to be doing much better. But you can only rely on potential for so long. So, as I said, a lot of things didn't go our way tonight. But I just feel like, no matter who we had tonight, we can do better than what we showed, in that first half. So I've probably said that a few times this year, regardless of who the team was. So at some point we've got to, just start putting together, better football for longer. And until you do that, you're not going to win enough games.
Local boy Liam Henry was heavily involved tonight. How have you found his season, particularly kind of stepping up from that bench player to the starting player tonight, but also with the Origin outs, he's had to stand up and be a bit of a leader in that pack almost?
Yeah, he's making good progress, Liam. He's a guy that you just love to coach. He turns up every day. He's full of energy. Puts so much effort into every single thing he does. He cares deeply about his performance and his teammates and the team. Even tonight, the crusher tackle, no one was hurt, but it was just a bit, he just lost his head a bit. He just gets a bit overexcited sometimes. He's just trying to make a difference, but it's just a bit misguided in that sense. So he'll learn from that.
Thanks, Simon.
Thanks.
Adam, you said before pre-game you just wanted to have a smile on your players' faces. How good does that feel?
Yeah, awesome. So happy for them. One by one, as they came into the sheds, you could just see everything, relief, but certainly happiness. You got some young men out there. Fletcher Hunt, I thought was great, but it's only his second game, and then to have Paul Bryan debut. So there's lots to be happy about for our footy club today.
So much to get through. I suppose I want to start that first half. The tries to Dylan Lucas. It felt the attack was just really clicking there early. It really felt like it was so fluid.
Yeah, we worked really hard. They've worked hard all year, but when you've got your starting front rowers and Jacob and Leo missing, we just tried to change things up a little bit, and I think that paid dividends right from the start. Our halves certainly had a running mindset, but the tone was set with Brodie Jones and Tyson. They're not big props, but geez, they set a really good platform for us early, and then there wasn't a better player on the field than Dylan Lucas. He was outstanding.
There was, I suppose, a lot of conjecture this week about Fletcher Sharp going to fullback, and you backed it from the beginning. You said that was always the plan, but he really proved himself tonight. I think he ran for 17 tackle breaks. He was outstanding.
Yeah. Just and he can do that in the front line as well for us. The way there's just a change of mindset for the whole team around what we're chasing, and he was unreal, and we've known that all along. I know there's always plenty of opinion from the outside on what we should be doing, but we've always known that Fletcher will go in there and he'll compete. And I thought the young kid on the wing, Fletcher Hunt, did exactly the same. I don't know what his stats are, but geez, they compete hard. I'm really proud of them. They're only young blokes, and we're a young team out there. And I know a lot will be written, and it'll be under strength Penrith, but 7 of our best players, 7 of them are out. So I don't want to hear that story. And to Penrith's credit, geez, they fought hard in the second half. I think we got across the line a few times, 3 or 4 times, and showed what a great club that we're all aiming to be. But I don't want to hear that we won because people are under strength, because we're under strength.
Paul Bryan on debut, in a couple of seconds he popped his shoulder out.
Yep.
Played on.
Yeah, he took a couple of tackles. I was out for a while, and then he managed to get it back in himself, and then stayed on there, and then it went out again, and he said, no, I'll get off at half time. And then they worked on him at half time, and then he went back on. So that's incredible in your debut, and he's a young man, and big future. When you got a mindset like that, and that's probably what helped us all night. Everybody's carrying something out there, and they just fought hard for each other.
There's also with the mindset, because there's been this external noise, there's been this talk about pressure. You've been up here in front of the mic all week. I suppose just containing that within the 4 walls and ensuring that doesn't really get through to the playing group.
We're a tight-knit playing group, staff, myself, the other coaches, all our staff are connected to our leaders and then our whole squad. So we've shared tough times before together, and we've learned. So this isn't anything new to us, and we knew that by being united, that's our best chance, and we're not out of it yet. There'll be more written about us at some point. We've just got to focus on putting in performances like that more often.
Tyson, how does that feel just to be a part of that winning side, get that winning feeling back? 4th win for the season, must feel good.
Yeah, it does. Like I just said, very proud of the group. A young group that played today. We've got a few boys out. Leo pulled out the day before the game, didn't travel up. Paulie come in, done his job, and like I said, very proud of a kid like that to come in, first carry, pop his shoulder out, get back into it. Great way to welcome him in the first grade, but just the mindset of all the boys that come in. Like you said, some guys can tend to listen to the outside noise and things can start to crumble. And yes, it's only one game, but change your mindset today and throughout the week was it was great to see that come out on the field today.
Sorry, I was going to ask, Penrith had a lot of luck in bringing kids from out this way into the NRL. You mentioned Fletcher Hunt, how well he's played his first 2 games. What has he sort of brought to the group and the club?
That natural competitive nature, certainly. He's worked really hard actually since he arrived at the club in the pre-season. He's put some size on, but he's always had that. We didn't put. I first saw him play in the junior grades. The ball just managed to find its way to him, and he came up with some big moments. But it wasn't a fluke. He's the common denominator in every game. He puts himself in those pitches. But certainly he's gained the respect of his teammates with his physicality, and then you see he puts his body on the line, whether it's taking a catch or a carry. He's got a good future too. You know, they're hard to tell apart, the two Fletchers, but they've both got similar traits as haircuts.
Thank you.